calling from Toronto, man, the greatest city on earth.
I've heard that plenty of times, and I'm definitely going to come visit, especially seeing how I got somebody up there I can kick it with.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Tristan Black is a 2-time World Grey Cup CFL champion, in addition to the fact that he is one badass marketer, and he is the owner of Neon Black Inc. in Toronto.
There you go.
You already know that. You go hard.
Thank you, man. Stop. The movie that got me started in football was Little Giants.
Was who?
Little Giants. You remember that movie?
I love that movie. I just watched it with my son last year.
I'm telling you, man. That's literally the movie that sort of sparked my interest playing football, because all I wanted, to be honest, was that jersey, right?
Yeah.
They got those cool cowboy jerseys. So I begged my mom for like literally 2 to 3 years. I begged her. It was probably the best sales pitch that I ever made, as far as, follow up. Like this was a 3-year sales pitch.
What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for, number one, I just had a son.
Oh man, congratulations.
Grateful for that. Grateful for my family. On a more day-to-day basis, I'm grateful for the fact that I was able to. I'm really able to help people, right? I'm actually able to. I have a skill that actually can turn into something life-changing for somebody. So every time that I have one lead, if it's one lead that I have to talk to for that day, I know that I can that one conversation could actually turn their life around. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm grateful for.
Dude, you've been rocking it, man. I've been loving the live videos and all the stuff you're doing, man. You're knocking it out of the park.
I appreciate the support, man. You guys are really supportive. So, I really appreciate it.
You're doing it, man. You're getting shit done.
Hey, man, that's one thing I am good at. You may not be the best, may not be the prettiest. I'll work towards it, but I will get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a big part of it, man. The best question, I'm trying to remember who asked me. Somebody asked one day in the School of Genius. They tagged me and Casey and a couple other people, and they said, if you could go back and start over again, what would you do differently? And I was like, that's probably the best question I've been asked.
Why don't you? So give us that answer. I'm listening.
One thing I did, it brought it up because I wasted so much time because I'm a perfectionist and I wanted to have all my ducks in a row, and I wanted to do this, and I wanted to build my website, and I wanted to have my logo, and I wanted to have my name, and I wanted to get all that stuff like ready before I started doing anything. But I wasted so much time just not taking action. Billy talked about it all the time too. The imperfect action doesn't have to be perfect. Just get out there and do the damn thing. Doing something is better than doing nothing. Even if you do something and it sucks, you at least learn from it and you're at least taking action. You're moving forward. So that was one thing I would have done differently. Rapport is power. That's what I always tell people. And it's before you do anything else, before you ever sell. But I need to start recording some of my sales calls. I've been bad about that too. Because when I get on the phone with a chiropractor or a new potential client, the first thing I ever do before I ever mention anything about business or sales is I want to have a conversation. I want to introduce myself, even if it's, hey, how's the weather out in Virginia Beach today?
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. But, I want to get a feel for them too. And plus, right off the bat, you can kind of ask questions and you can kind of gauge their, you can tell who's straight up business and just wants to dive into it. And okay, this guy doesn't want to talk about that. He's busy. We're going to go right into it. Or the guy that's wants to talk about his family, wants to talk about football, wants to talk about the latest movie that he saw or something.
Be around to see my son. I'm going to be around to see my son get old and have kids if that's what he decides to do, and just see where his life takes him. I'm going to be here for that.
Let's go, Kyrie. Let's go, buddy. What's your back?
But for those who don't know, man, this is James Furman. Can I tell him what your nickname is in some of the groups that I'm in?
Yeah, man, whatever.
The Furminator, Beast Mode.
Well, it's funny because that's a nickname. I've had that nickname. Someone called me that. Obviously, it's just easy to. And then some big firm too. That's another one. People are saying,
Oh yeah.
I'll take it. Whatever, man. It works.
It's all props, man. I mean, everybody respects your grind. Everybody respects your hustling. How you doing this morning, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about you? It's definitely a pleasure. I see you. I see you grinding. I see you out there. I see you making moves. So, I definitely want to, be a part of it. It's fun to see other people, that have set their mind to something or are tackling and accomplishing it. So, definitely props to you for that.
I appreciate it, man. I've been watching you for a while. I mean, you already know what it's like. You're out here grinding. And from the moment I got into camp or was in clicks in the customers, man, I mean, I know I was posting videos, but I would watch yours, and you've always been out there getting it, and just your mindset and your attitude to getting it done, how you are with your family, just everything about you, man, I admire. So I appreciate that you and I have been able to connect more than once, and look forward to continue that in the future.
Thanks, bro, man. Yeah, it's I actually enjoy the hustle. I mean, I know it sounds like crazy,
But seeing you as a father as well, being a father that's heavily involved in my son's life, like you said, you're there for all of it. I think you posted something the other day, was it yesterday, about playing checkers and being home when your girl got home?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like one of I'm most appreciative of the work that I put in is because I'm able to be around for both my daughters. I could be there anytime I want, basically. So that's priceless. To be able to do that. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have, and I'm also grateful for not giving up, basically.
That's easy to do.
So the company, first I got to say I'm the first person on Jeraud's Bulletproof to have Bulletproof coffee with the Bulletproof coffee grounds with their oil, their brain octane and butter. So I am bulletproof on Bulletproof. But my company is Driven Media Solutions, agency I've had for 10 years. Actually, the division that I'm growing, that I'm changing a little and doing some different stuff in the restaurant business is called ROI Experts. Too many times, and even Dave and John talked about this, too many times we schedule, all this stuff for work, and we get in the grind and we work on business. We don't schedule how we're going to eat, what we're going to eat. We don't schedule our exercise. We also don't schedule family time for mental well-being. But for me, I'm grateful. I have gratitude towards guys like Billy, guys like you, guys like I guess myself. The people that are putting content out there that are helping people improve in their life somehow, but not just giving them a little tip, a little touch. It's like, hey, here's the whole thing. Gratitude to me is like people like Billy producing content and putting it out there that I can learn from. Like this. This is what it all started with for me, without this specific one, but a flash drive. I've got it in my office somewhere. $4.95 flash drive 2 years ago that I bought. Yeah, it's gray. It's got a gray with the blue little Billy face on it. It swings out. Yeah, it's somewhere in the office. But that led me to spend. I probably spent 90 to probably over $100,000 at this point on trainings and travel and consulting and mentorship. And we raised like $16,800. And I personally take that $16,800 and I go physically. I don't donate it to a charity. I have it come to me. And we go through and I take a stack of that cash to Meyer in Norwood. And we have like 30 of us that show up, and we have a list to give them what we're going to buy. They give us great deals. And we go through and we bought meals for, I think, 312 families, I think was the final number. And I'm talking an entire meal. What was the name of your first series of videos you did? 30 to 10 a day?
Oh, the first set of videos was 12 weeks to a 10K agency. So I missed the mark on it. I ended up hitting the mark on it though, but I just didn't hit it within that first 12 weeks.
Oh, I don't think you realize, but you hit the mark. You hit it from a standpoint of you did something nobody else does. I mean, I remember watching it when I first saw it. I'm like, who is this dude? What's he doing? Guy's an idiot. What's he talking about? And you see people on video, and you're like, then you start like watching the content. And I mean, a lot of respect, because when we left Billy's last event, when we had I guess like 7 of us got up on stage and I did my live video and I said, hey, everybody here do video. When we got done, people came back, and I've watched a lot of people, and a lot of those people have done video in Billy's group, not outside the group, not on their personal Facebook, not on their personal LinkedIn, not on their personal Facebook page, in the group, a comfort zone. I mean, you went out of your comfort zone before anybody else. I mean, to go out there and say, here's how much money I want to make, and I'm going to do it, and you're going to watch me succeed or fail financially in the next 12 weeks. I mean, whether you realize it or not, you made $100,000 in 12 weeks because what you built up, you built the snowball that kept going and going and going and getting bigger. And yeah, the money might not have been there in the 12 weeks, but the foundation was laid in the 12 weeks. I mean, a lot of respect for you for what you did, because you're doing stuff that nobody else was doing. I mean, not even me. And it motivated me to get my butt and get more on camera and do more stuff. But
I appreciate
it was
that,
a great
man.
one.
You got your camera on? My other camera on? All right, you still recording? Okay, well, I'm going to record my thing right now. We're Facebook Live. Say what's up. You're not saying nothing. My grandmother is here from Boston, Massachusetts, and today's her last day before she goes back, so I decided to take the day off and spend time with her. And where Joseph and I are at least 4 to 5 days a week. I like that kid. He's tough.
Look at that back, he's back, man. Get under.
That's pretty cool. You can read my horrible handwriting, except for like a few words.
I have a couple words, but
I'd say 95%. That's pretty strong. Talking to a few people last week. We had a few interviews last week that went really well. We had James Furman come on. We had Matt Plapp come on. Did we have anybody else? It's been a long week. I can't remember. But we had some really good conversations. And I think it was James who were talking about it more than I was talking about with anybody else, was just, getting the information that we're starting to understand now, getting that when we were younger. Like when I'm 34, I'll be 35 this year. And the things I've been studying over the last 7 years is more important than pretty much anything I learned while I was in school.
What's that, Mark? There you go. What's up? Smash these legs. Time!